Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest of War Ultimate Apocalypse Cast, this side of your Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Tranquility's End. Upon the southern side as the Imperial Guard, we've got Grid Panther. Upon the northern side as the Eldar, we have got Topher. Topher will be opening up with triple Guardian squads and a aspect portal, whereas Grid Panther is going to go for a tech pretensia, triple Imperial conscripts, a medical facility, flag depot, and a infantry command. There's plenty of things going on for the Imperial Guard on the southern side. Oh, and also a plasma generator as well. The all-important message to send it straight to the Xenos, where it hurts. So that's a quite interesting and exciting matchup. We don't normally get to see the Eldari up in a 1 vs 1, usually relegated to the team games, but it'll be very interesting to see how they go up and contend with the Imperial Guard as they send forth their Imperial conscripts to do a bit of argy-bargy in the early games. But yeah, we've seen Topher, we have seen Grid Panther many times on the channel before. Topher basically, for the vast majority of times, he's playing as the Eldari, and Grid Panther is vast majority of times playing as the Imperial Guard, so, two very experienced people. But tell you what, boys and girls, hear me out. Do you like experienced people doing things for you? Look at the bottom right-hand side. By gum, it's player support once again, supporting the channel with their ability to paint armies professionally and also do some professional printing as well. So if that is up your alley, if that is your bag, go check them out. Links in the description below. But here we are. So the conscripts are basically just, they're not out DPSing anyone, they're just kind of outliving people. The Guardians don't quite have the DPS required to kill them with their fast reinforcement rate, so they're just going to stand around and slowly but surely whittle these guys down. And, I mean, I can't imagine that the Eldari are very impressed by this. Spending millennia training their ways in the art of war to be then done in by some lads just turning up in very poorly equipped armour, barely understanding how a lasgun works, but that's okay. Farseer comes over, and also a couple of extra Guardian defenders, and that should, in theory, even though they are trying to stay alive at the moment, there we go, not one step backwards, leaving a pile of smouldering bodies on the floor, lots of floor lasagna for people to gaze at, like a red carpet. There we are, the Farseer. Now, we are seeing a general for Grid Panther and also seeing a fire support lieutenant. Fire support lieutenant is able to increase the overall range damage of anyone nearby, and obviously the general smacks around in close combat. Can also throw down some supporting lads. So he doesn't have like a squad that falls around with him, he just kind of just throws down a couple of squads here and there. Got some fully qualified guardsmen in support, and not many listing posts we built up at the moment. Just a bit of aggression going on. Farseer doing some sort of witchcraft, killing one guardsman before then absolutely beezing it out of there. Now avoiding death herself, and here are a reconnaissance team with their chain swords, quite quick on their feet, got quite a large vision range to detect infiltrated units, just in case any rangers come along. I imagine some rangers, maybe some Dark Reapers, just anything really from the Eldari, as they can kill the soft infantry of the Imperial Guard quite quickly. It's just that at the moment it seems that Topher is dedicating a lot of his economy into buying just cheap infantry, potentially for a quick tier 2 possibly, or tier 1/2 as is known. There we go, there's the tier 1/2 right there for you. Farseer potentially about to be flanked here. He's be very careful, she's got low health at the moment. Here comes those speedy boys, look at the sprinting on them, almost as fast as a space elf. The Farseer fleet-footing out of there, back in the protective realms of that listing shrine. And off in this distance, a couple of Guardians chased away by the conscripts once more. Yeah, I mean, the Guardians are relatively cheap at 35 blue, but I mean, conscripts at 6. Can't really deny the cost-effectiveness of the lads. Thankfully, though, one blooming guardsman here is deciding to not give up on the fight. Will avenge his fallen brothers, whatever the cost may be. Will he kill someone in time? He might kill someone. Might kill someone indeed. Go on, just get him. It's one lad. Nope, never mind. I like that. I very much like that. Like, I could kill you, Monkai. This lad here, I could end your life, but I'm not going to. I'll let you live for another day. Tell your friends about the Eldari who spared your life. There we go. A little bit of mind wars going on there. Got some webway gates, some plasma generators around the listing shrines to increase the blue money intake. Also, plenty of plasma generators, actually. You're going for your 6 limit. Oh, no, that's only 5. It's only 5. I can count. What are you? You're a booby trap left over by what I can only imagine is the reconnaissance team. There we go. Walk into that, you're surrounded by boobies. That's how booby traps work. A couple of field medics to keep the lads alive. Always a good idea. Anything to slow down the loss of men in a engagement. Farsi just throwing out some shurikens here, there, and everywhere. One mine. That was a bit of a waste. Oh, I suppose it. I mean, why not? Why not? It's got a relatively quick cooldown rate, so no worries in throwing that around as and when you can. But a couple of engagements going on. The conscripts doing a bayonet charge towards his listing shrine. The singular guardian there still defending to his heart's content. But there seems to be a lot more humans than there is Eldari at the moment. Good luck, he's doing it! He's defending on his own! One man! Holding that line. Good lord, someone give him a promotion. Make him the next Phoenix Lord. Farsi over here, holding off on their own as well. Yeah, it's just essentially just 2 Eldar at the moment, fighting off against the entire Imperial Guard army. Oh, here we are, some Dark Reapers. Right, these guys will absolutely rinse their way through these conscripts, no doubt about it. Give them a couple of seconds and away they go. Also walk through that negative cover as well. I shall help them kill them pretty quickly. There they are, falling foul. Nary a chance of some of these men. Also a little bit of AoE damage looking like it's happening there. But when they fire around in a certain area for a little bit of time, it's like a little... Oh no, have you taken that out? Is that no longer a thing? Because sometimes you see like this little spatter of firepower around one of their targets, which indicates a bit of AoE damage, but maybe not. Maybe that's not what happens anymore. But yeah, they're brave. They almost got into bayonet range, but not quite. It's a good attempt. So the Eldari with just 2 squads of Dark Reapers holding the centre at the moment. Conscripts over here, though, they've got... I mean, is it just exclusively conscripts, more or less? Pretty much. Oh, no, you've got 2 fully qualified guardsmen over here, supported by your fire support lieutenant and your general. You're regaining your fire reconnaissance team as well. Here comes a big engagement. Without vehicle support, though, I don't think he'll do all that much against the Dark Reapers there. Field medic will try and keep these guys alive. Oh, that's what I mean, if you can see that pitter-patter effects over there. Wonder why some of them are doing that, not others. Oh, is it because they need a Dark Reaper Exarch in there for that? Maybe, maybe. Mind War goes on the general. Brings him down to half health. But very quickly do those Dark Reapers go once the Imperial Guard are able to get some shots off in there as well. Some Wraithburn shenanigans going off from the Farseer as well. Holding them in place for a moment. Also keeping them in that negative cover as well. Oh, bloody hell. First Ball Lieutenant. Throws a big old bomb. Brings everyone down to about half health. Breaking morale as well. Could really do with those Imperial conscripts coming over. Even if it's just like a flanking maneuver. There's the third squad of Dark Reapers. Current economy is 191 and 49. Compared to 140 and 59. First support portal on the way for the Eldari. So maybe some Vipers to get up close and personal to absorb the damage from listing posts. Whereas the Imperial Guard, what are you going to go for? Ah, you're also going to go for a vehicle production thingy of your own. Pretty cool, pretty fresh. Doesn't look like the last remaining Guardian is left over. Is this his corpse? Maybe, I don't know. But his tale will live on forevermore. Conscripts are just going to die here, I guess. Well, there's another squad of conscripts coming on it. There we go. Get involved. Form a beautiful concave around. Get what you can done. Some other guardsmen will come on over with general and fire support squad to do what they can. Leaving the Eldari to their nefarious deeds on the right hand side will destroy the listing post on the relic there. So sacrificing a bit much to reposition over here. And we've also noticed quite a significant amount of build-up down over on this side. Where the mines over here? Plenty of mines over in the river and over in this side as well. Conscripts do seem to be slowly but surely taking down this listing shrine. It'll take him another 1,000,000 years. Thankfully, here come the boys. Here come the cavalry. Grenade launchers. And also some flamers, multi-melters, plasma guns as well. It's a happy coalition of different heavy weapons being added to the squads. And, oh, I like it. Grid Panther saying, no, thank you. You're not allowed through here. This is a no Eldar zone. Leave you a little gap to come in if you want to, but we'd much rather you not. There we go. Glorious charge. Get in there. We do have a War Walker with its very gangly legs, but moving close enough to get the multi-melters being fired at him. Wraithburn keeping the conscripts in place. But it seems like there's just too much firepower to deal with at the moment. Mind Wall goes on the Fire Support Lieutenant. A little bit of gale-on-gale action, but doesn't quite manage to take it down. And smoke grenades going off everywhere along with those sandbanks will basically reduce the Dark Reaper's damage output to very little. Been backed up in the corner as well. Like gorillas in the mist, they move forth. Although, teaming up a little bit. If the Farseer had her AoE electronic storming Madoodad, that would have been some serious damage, but she apparently did not have it. Very unfortunate. Oh, we've got blooming 3 support portals. For why? It's got War Walker, you've got War Walker from out there, so I suppose with the... Yes, with the money that you're on, may as well have lots of different production buildings, so you can just spam things out as and when you need. Second webway assembly and plenty more plasma generators on the go for them as well. I've not been able to build up their listing post over onto this side, and I've not been able to claim one. Well, I mean, they've decaptured and recaptured for themselves, but not being able to put a listing shrine on top. Dark Reapers squeezing through those 2 tanks. Love the colour scheme as well, a very brown, burgundy kind of thing on the go. Sorry, not burgundy, I'm talking about... Oh, what's it called? You know when chavs used to wear those hats, and they were like checker colours. Oh, what was that called? They're going to annoy me now. I think it was burgundy. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, the Chimeras come forward, but they're going to be absolutely shafted by all this anti-tank stuff with the Bright Lances firing away at them. Done bad and stuff. And now a powerful front line of vehicles with a deadly backline of Dark Reapers. Do you push over to where you know that the Imperial Guard are, or do you go whence you've already came? And it seems like the latter is up the alley for the Eldari. Imperial Conscripts getting kicked, hoofed in the face as it were. And the second squad, just for good measure, keeping that pin pan strong. He's just dancing like no one's watching, before then giving a man a bit of a squeeze. Probably the first time he's been hugged in quite some time. Listing post over here, under threat once again. And the Imperial Guard, what's he plan here? You've got some Commissar cadets. Mad lads in very tight... I mean, are they tight trousers? Here's one for the ladies watching. Oh, look at that. Not quite tight trousers, but almost knee-high boots. Like cat girls, but with hats on, or something like that. My knowledge of internet culture is somewhat limited these days. I don't get the memes anymore, but I do understand that one, because that's an old meme. A support portal, or platform even, being the sole defender on this side. Do the Eldari come back over? Yes, they do. In a protracted base trade, the Imperial Guard are usually the ones to win. We do have a webway gate being built up over yonder. So maybe potential for some quick assaults once they defend this, if they can, that is. With all this smoke going on, piling up in this little trench here. The Soul Shrine, very unfortunately placed over here, actually. Might live to regret that with all this incoming damage. And I'm actually going to preemptively rebuild one off in the distance. Ergi, who lacks faith. Wraithlord comes around the flanks, throws down a load of fire absolutely everywhere. These guys' morale is quite high, considering that there's a commander somewhere near... Ah, there he is. Leading from the back, that's how he does it. Just an immense amount of firepower up on the rafters here. Morale eventually being whittled down. We'll scare them back, so you should now be able to actually cancel that secondary listening, soul shrine even. Same difference, really. Scaring them away, and the Eldar are now actually building up 2 webway gates and listening shrine, but why 2? Oh, so you can pack up even more people if you really wanted to. Building up 3. Why, Topher? Is there a plan? Mobiles for water tier 3. Web gate there. I don't know, boys. I don't know. But Topher is a man who knows the Eldar like the back of his hand. Like the inside of an Argos catalogue back when they used to exist. So if anyone's going to be able to pull it off, the triple proxy webway gates, why not be him? Imperial Guard, even with behind their tank traps, there's no tanks to trap. Oh, and Farsi just... Oh, for a second I thought you teleported back over there. Was over yet? Never mind me. I'm seeing multiple things. Webway gates everywhere. They've got plenty of money to spare there. But is this a little bit too much? I suppose maybe the Imperial Guard have overspent on the tank traps and such over here. Building up defences while you're playing offense is kind of wasted money. Here come the Commissar Cadets. Slowly but surely making their way in. Fire support lieutenant throws down a big boom. We've also got basilisks. We have got basilisks, yes. Beautiful piece of artillery. The Eldar are looking quite confident earlier on, now looking less so. The command squad joining the Commissar Cadets, inspiring them as they go. So no, you're not right. You're just a regular Commissar. You're the commander. I can't see bugger all today. I don't know why. Got the War Walker there briefly T-posing before then dying, and fire being thrown everywhere. At the moment, the Commissar Cadets just stop talking for 5 seconds, please. I get it. Be free of fear, men. I understand. Good lord. Well, Farsi, she's dead. That's a problem for them. So I assume we're going to replace that. No, we're going to go for a dancing death aspect stone add-on. Like, stop. Good lord. They're just really enthusiastic, those cadets. It's like when you work with a new person for the first time, or new on your shift or something. They're really enthusiastic. They believe that they can make a difference. When you know full well that give it a couple of years down at your job, that enthusiasm will fade away. I know that feeling all too well. They're being shot at a distance by a veritable wall of war walkers. The WWW, as it were. Artillery continues to fire at the Dark Reapers. Secondary assault going off on in. And we've got a Harlequin stealth zone research. So, I assume Harlequins? As soon as we're going to build up. Then where are they? Tis my question. Well, the tier 1 building's been taken down, but thankfully he's rebuilt another one over yonder. The Shrine of Laughing God having a bit of a disco going on. Defending much like they did before, but maybe with a little less vigour. Oh, right, we've got improving healing ability research for the webway gates. So I wonder if those triple webways on the southern side have been designed for like a staging kind of ground for quick health regen should the Eldar need to retreat. Here comes a squad of Harlequins. They've got their stealth upgrade and should be able to jump around and kill a fair few of these guys. Of artillery from the night spinner or the web spinner, whatever you call it. Here they come, active and ready. Charging on in. Although, mind you, being a melee squad, does your infiltration do you any good? Considering they'll see the moment you get into close combat. I don't know. But there's a priest that keeps the special weapons teams alive. But that flanking maneuver from the Harlequins scaring the bejeebers out of the Imperial Guard. And that will force them back. Also, the artillery does a mighty fine job in helping. The support platform, constant nuisance. There's plenty of support platforms here. Long-range scanner shows the basilisks where to make fire. Also got the heavy weapon support squad with a singular las cannon taking out that support platform. They're going for the upgrade, but died just after it got the upgrade, so Although does that affect all the other support platforms? Maybe, maybe. It was the first Lehman Russ battle tank of the game. Stalwart, cavalry, warhorse, whatever term you want to call it. The cream of the crop. And yep, those webway gates were there, and now they're slowly not going to be there anymore. So it was nice having them there, you know, it was a nice little bit of decoration. Harlequins will come in and try and protect with our Harlequin's kiss to break morale more or less instantly. Priest keeping them alive once again. But how long can it be? I'm going to say just kill the cadets just to stop them from whinging and repeating their phrases over and over again. They might be free of fear, but can they be free of noise just for 5 minutes, please? Valid effort. The Imperial Guard will fall back. Those Harlequins. Don't often see them in a team game, but in this 1 versus 1, they seem to be exactly what the Doctor ordered. Spinning around and taking him out. Also shooting that guy mid-air as well. Not worse than that, but the Eldar at the moment do have the vast majority of the map control here. Even across the map, look at the range on... Oh, right, you're over here. Look at the range on those boys. Not where they are, and that's a lot of AoE damage as well. The soft armor of the Imperial Guard, not going to fare well against artillery. Love giving it, but hate receiving it. So what would be the plan? Would it be Chimeras to get close to the artillery and beat it up? But then if you get close, the Harlequins will kill you? I think tanks. Tanks will work. What about your economy? Is 226 and 126 compared to 216 and 130. Yeah, you've got that economy that could get the tanks on the go at the moment. But don't seem to really have it. Another Harlequin's kiss going off. And just these ladies are... Well, I mean, the Harlequins are boys and girls as well, aren't they? But... Good heavens! It's like Sonic the Hedgehog. Just running rampant everywhere. I know that a lot of people I've seen in the comments below have mentioned about how weak the Eldari do seem to feel in this current patch of Ultimate Apocalypse. We have only seen them in team games. And at the moment, I'm quite liking what they're bringing to the table. Against the Imperial Guard at the very least. So what's the plan for them? I suppose just hunker down. You've got your field command over here. Might do you a really good job at sticking a field command in this little choke point as well, or at least near the strategic point over here, just to recapture that bit. After all, that's just free economy sat there being donated to the Eldar. But no field command inside your base. Suppose it's defending this area, so maybe if you want to build vertically, I suppose that the Imperial Guard are able to build us industrial commands to bolster their economic input or output or whatever you want to say. But webway gate's just been dotted around the map at the moment. And web spinners repositioning. Aiming for the listing post on the relic by the looks of things. On the massively inaccurate, as you can tell. They do fire twice, so that kind of makes it up for it. Here's a second one. And they'll eventually hit something. Go on. Nearly. Nearly. There we are. Two at the same time. Quick, everyone, make a wish. Oh, good lord. This one on the right is actually doing a really good job. Someone sacked this guy. Terrible stuff. Now, where the siege continues. And the Imperial Guard aren't moving at all. They're comfortable in their little house. Got the infantry command on the back lines. It is the Eldari's turn to move. And they're just constantly building these webway gates around the battlefield at the moment. Not budging a singular inch. I was going to go for a second webway assembly. We'll have to watch from the Eldari perspective just so we know what the flip is going on from their end of the woods. Tier 3/4 for them at the moment. Imperial Guard, are you doing the same? No, I think I'll just still tier 3. So that's something. And the Eldar look like they're massing up for a flanking manoeuvre on the left-hand side. It seems like both players just tailing up. I will fast forward just a smidgen. Just so we can witness some action. Got some potential movement from the left-hand side. Nice spinners going around further right, but couple of movements from different angles now. Imperial conscripts on the right. But I don't think you'll do much. Not against the tank on your own. Also got some people to jump outside the webway gate as and when necessary. Oh, you're trying to go for the critical location. Which... Nope, not for you, I'm afraid. But you will be able to get this one on the left-hand side. But the Harlequin's speeding on over. But maybe a bit too confident. You know, they've got not the same fire support as they did beforehand. Of the Cascans opening fire. Morale being broken across all these guys. Dark Reapers coming from the webway gate. The Harlequins run away. Once you're able to get a firing line on them, they do fall very easily. Oh, go on, conscripts. You're not meant to die that way. Don't stand and take it. At least charge towards the enemy. Or something at the very least. The conscripts throw... Oh, that was not a grenade. That was artillery. Well, they die. Failing in glory. More conscripts to throw into the meat grinder. And it seems like Grid Panther's just really keen on letting the Eldari know that he has no value for these men here. He is more than happy to throw them away willy-nilly. They cost basically nothing. And if he's got the conscript upgrade, they do literally cost nothing. Do you cost nothing at the moment? No, not to reinforce at the very least. Cassicans kept alive. There's just one elite squad surrounded by chaff. Hoping that maybe the Eldari won't notice the difference in them. No, those Harlequins spotted by Dark Reapers. Point blank refuse to die over here. The conscripts are getting the... They've actually managed to capture the critical location, which is something for them. So well done, team. But these guys not quite being able to get out. Oh no, there's one guy, can he? No, never mind. We're seeing lots of close calls in people surviving in this game, just... But close calls are the same as... You know, death. So, Grid Panther... Oh, I see. He's keeping the Eldari busy while building up a Marauder bomber squad, then flies them all the way on over and smashes things up. So even though the Eldari are on the front lines fighting left, right and centre, making sure that they're hemming the Imperial Guard in, well, you can't hem in aircraft. They just fly over you. So there we go. Going to go in for a second one, or fourth one, if my maths is correct. Was it for a second swoop down as well? Oh no, you're building up two at once. Oh, you've got three of these communication towers at once. These guys can do like a little jump pack ability where they just basically fly off really quick on over to the opposing side of the map. But is that what they're going to do? Or are they going to focus elsewhere? Maybe a bombing run on these sections. It does seem like that's the case. So flying on over. And I don't think that these support platforms can fire upwards. Oh, no, they can. They can. Right, okay, fair enough. So attack on multiple fronts. So the Battle of Britain. All these plasma generators are about to go down. Shame that there's no massive infantry conscripts to come on over to provide some ground support here. Those Marauders aren't designed to take damage like most aircraft are, really. Oh, here comes another squadron. Flying on in. Beautiful stuff. But sadly their keen sight does not reach down to the ground, so they will not be able to spot that listening shrine, I don't think. Maybe you can. Oh right, no, you just need to physically fly over them. Right, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Here come the conscripts. Flying their way on over. Plenty of Dark Reapers there, popping through the webway gate. The conscripts die remarkably quickly. And the Lord General shouting out some nonsense in the background. So while that's what's going on the right hand side, the infantry charge will be broken across the board. Oh, right, that's what the Lord General is able to do. He's able to basically give an inspiring speech that breaks the morale of the Eldari. So they're doing practically no damage at the moment. Got plasma guns, flamers, you name it. It's all kicking off. A powerful push. Powerful men. War Walkers coming into position as the Harlequins dance around and dancing macabre, but not nearly as intimidating as they were a couple of minutes ago. The Reapers are waxing and waning in their numbers by the looks of things, and the Harlequins jump inside the webway gates. And so too do the rest of the... Oh no, they don't. They quite managed to get in there. Got one more that they could fall back into if they wanted to. But it seems that now with aircraft support, the Imperial Guard can continue their magnificent push. Seems as though Grid Panthers decided this corner is going to be my corner. And fair enough, man. Do have some Psychic Storm and plenty of Farseer upgrades. Also got the Shadow Seer as well. The general supporty nonsense. Big explosions. What a beautiful engagement from both players, really. But it does seem that by the hair on the chinny chin chin, especially with that magic rainbow sunshine thing happening off in the distance, that does seem to have scared away the... Oh yeah, just look at this, it's just... It's like bees. So the only way I can describe it, Shadow Seer bringing forth the bees. So maybe she doesn't play that much of a sporting role. Well, there we are. Harlequin's being rebuilt to high numbers. We have the support platform Uber turrets, which is just so good. Look at the range of damage that brings to the table. Or Walker pushes on in. Standing on top of a minefield will get himself killed. Pretty sharpish. Armoured command going for a couple of Lemanus Conquerors. And the... Oh, good lord, man. Round those Cassicans. A little bit late, Priest. Can't keep them all now. I mean, you, well, okay, fair enough. Better late than never, I suppose. That's a lesson I learnt right then. Well, the Marauder attack was a good idea. I liked it. Splitting the Eldari attention. And then when they're all forced on one area, then you bring your whole forces around. It's pretty darn good. But can you pull it off again? Might be able to have Baneblade, to be fair. At the moment, the Eldari do not have much in the way of anti-vehicle stuff. They've just been anticipating lots of infantry. And just look at the sheer amount of dead guardsmen everywhere. No matter where you look, every part of the battlefield is just strewn with copious quantities of bodies. That's what you call a man carpet. While the fully qualified guardsmen are about to get killed. One lowly man kicked to the ground. Seems like the Eldar artillery is throwing a lot of stuff towards their own men. What are you doing here, Lemanus Concrete? On your own? Oh, right, you're going to try and go straight for that Night Spinner. I mean, all these guys are doing practically 0 damage to you, so why not be a bit bold and brash? Takes out the Night Spinner. And if one well-placed Baneblade could do it for them. Conscript's constantly being flooded on this way. More or less as a distraction, I reckon. Soulwalker, again, more anti-infantry stuff. It does have the repeater Reaper launcher, so could do a good amount of damage to vehicles if he wanted to. The Shadow Seer doing that AoE damage, and a huge blast right in the middle of these poor Cassicans. We're just being gotten by anyone with long-range attack. She will stay over, knocking everyone around. Don't mess with the Shadow Seer, she's like a super-duper Farseer with dreadlocks by the looks of things. Or something to that effect. Soulwalker is down. But the Eldari are pushing on the right-hand side. They've got the Warp Spiders. Also playing Sim City in the corner as well. And moving these support platform Uber turrets forward inch by inch. And will eventually get the Imperial Guard. Comes a swooping Baneblade. Not going to be dropped right in the middle of everything. Surprisingly enough, it will just be put off in the distance. What kind of Baneblade are you? You are a regular old Baneblade. Classic Kirk right there for you. Spiders starting to come over to defend. More bees from the Shadow Seer. Suddenly these guys are flying as well. Priest keeps them going. And just you wait till they reveal that Baneblade. Here he comes. A big boom forward, everyone. Everyone's on fire now. Less than happy about these developments in the situation. But a major engagement happening now. Harlequin's rushing off onto the left-hand flank. The big explosion, knocking friend and foe around. Good heavens. Here comes a Lehman Russ Eradicator with his las cannon apparently. Oh no, you got las cannon in the front bit. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. Ice all kicking off. We've got Conscripts on the right hand side, Baneblade on the left. Harlequins are being slowly broken down. Imperial Guard and the Caskins, well, sitting in the middle of this trifecta of tanks. But oh dear, need to get out there quickly as possible. Massive explosion. They're not doing that much damage to the Caskins, to be fair. I suppose they are elite infantry. And the Eradicator firing fire from both ends. A small squadron of fire prisms attempting to break down the Eradicator, which they will manage to get down relatively quickly with their concentrated fire. Beamed Russ will also get involved on the left hand side. Keep on feeling that's a right lance coming from the bottom right, but it's not. It's the Wraith Guard on the top left. They're looking for some D cannons for a delicious time. Rod bomber in the air. Heavy support portal looking for a Scorpion super heavy tank. It's not just Imperial Guard in this matchup that have the powerful late game heavy tanks. Eldaris might be a lot more fragile, but they do pack more of a punch. Let's look up the Covenant economies while we're here. 392 and 400 compared to 213 and 158. So Eldar have definitely got the economic advantage at the moment. The Imperial Guard are pushing things out. Could really do with consolidating their hold on this place over here. But it seems that they've just split the map. Rather than down this side, but down this side instead. Vertically rather than horizontally. What spies are in there? But they're having a less than pleasant time, surrounded by all this firepower. But the Baneblade is relatively left on his own at the moment. Riftguard shimming and shaking on forward. Don't know how they feel about being shot at by a Baneblade. They are getting the damage done. Slow workings, but Rome wasn't built in a day. It was sacked in a couple there. It wasn't built in a day. Should I see a teleporting around with a go-go rainbow ability. Dear oh dear. But where Caskins, or regular Caskins even, now we've just got the airborne variants. The Fire Prism does an incredible amount of damage to basically any target it turns its attention to. Who's firing at you? Oh, so alright, there's a Shadow Seam inside of you. That's why you're getting things thrown at the Baneblade, not because of the Imperial Guard going rogue or anything, but just because. Just because. Well, another large electric explosion from the Farseer. Fire Prisms are looking less than happy at the moment. Baneblade will come back down for a quick repair job, I imagine. The infantry dead once again. And the Eldari, what's... Oh, we're going to watch from your perspective, just see what else you're building up at the moment. More support platforms. And, right, I see. Yep, so, you know, the Imperial Guard, they've been pulling out all the stops on this side. They've been doing exactly whatever they can to possibly, you know, bring the infantry over, bring the artillery over, doing all that stuff. And the Eldar said, right, well, you know what? We're protossing this shit. We're just going to basically slowly but surely deep strike turrets in there and eventually destroy a good chunk of your base. So the Imperial Guard, are you going to respond to it? Grid Panther says no. Going to say GG. Scorpion Heavy Tank got hurt at some point in that game. Well, yeah, I mean, what do you say about that game? Really good aggression from both players. Did quite like how both players basically tried to use their own kind of faction abilities to their maximal advantage. I mean, the Eldar obviously making maximum use of the webways and the ability to redeploy their structures as and when they want. Imperial Guard, as we could tell, made maximum use of his cheap infantry all the way through. That's some glorious last stands and charges. One banner fluttering in the middle. He sent it. He sent it all the way to the bank, but no amount of men was able to clog up the arteries of the Eldari there. So there we go. So cheers, Grid Panthers, for sending this game into Discord, and thank you to Play Support for sponsoring this video. Want to support the channel as well? Have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets one game a week, and there is Discord where discuss things happen. Links in the description for all that stuff in the description below. Alright then, my name's Slandshark. Please always never chirp. I will see you in a bit. Peace.